Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm showing you stage 2 of my solar and battery backup system. This stage focused on the structural work for the panel ground mounts. I started with raw steel stock, which usually comes in 20 or 24 foot lengths, cutting everything to size and welding. I used 3-inch square tubing for the pedestals and vertical braces, and 1.5-inch square tubing for the horizontal frame, all 11 gauge. I used 1/4-inch by 6-inch steel flat stock for the pedestal base plates that mount the pedestal to the footer. I highly recommend creating a jig for the panels to ensure proper spacing for drilling the mount holes. Once the jig was made, we were able to continue drilling the holes on the horizontal tubing without having to worry about measuring each time. Since I used non-galvanized steel stock for the pedestal base plates, I dipped the welded pedestal base in DTM paint to prevent rust. Since my ground is mostly large cap rock, I improvised by using it as a base for the concrete footing. I secured multiple long concrete bolts into the cap rock and poured high PSI concrete, resulting in a much stronger footing. I created a jig for cutting the panel angle on the pedestals. Using the jig allowed for identical angle cuts on all pedestals. Using the Diablo Steel Demon circular saw blade on my battery-powered circular saw, all 12 cuts were flawless. Since the 1.5-inch metal stock was bare metal, I had to remove the surface rust to prep for paint. I started with a power wire, but ended up using muriatic acid to etch the rust off quickly, then immediately followed up with an alkaline solution to neutralize the acid and prevent flash rusting. You have to work quickly, but this saved a huge amount of time for me. After the paint cured, I ran the electrical so the panels could be utilized as soon as they were mounted. Note that this footage was taken after the panels were already mounted. I used the IMO 3-string DC disconnect switch. We mounted the panels using aluminum mid and end clamps. Everything went up cleanly, solid, level, and secure. This setup is comprised of 33 panels total, with 3 strings of 11 panels. I use the REC 370 watt mono split cell solar panels. The system's live and working exactly as planned. Here you see my batteries are being charged with approximately 9.5 kilowatts, which I've had to limit due to the BMS. I average around 11 kilowatt hours. That wraps up stage 2. Let me know what you think and if you'd like any additional videos or information.